Oh, Shay, hello.
Hello. I don't say hello as pretty as you do. Usually I say it in that high-pitched child voice, but I'm
so
not doing
nice.
it today.
Hello, Brie. You do not sound like that at all.
No, I don't sound like a dolphin.
No, you
I
don't.
sound... No, yeah, I don't do that.
No, thank God.
No. This drink is lovely that you made for us this week. What do we...
Thanks.
I like the specks of mint I have.
Yeah. I got a little, it was when I had to open the actual shaker because it wouldn't come out because there's too much shit in the shaker.
Yeah, like a forest in my cup.
So today, you're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm a
thank you.
professional
Which I guess it kind of goes along with
cocktail artist.
with your theme. With
trees.
Yeah, with
forest.
I don't
There's
really know what you're talking about, but I assumed it's something to do with some type of
It
trees.
has to do with being green. And it has to do with
What is that?
trees.
Being green. What is that? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, like being conscious of the environment.
Oh, I don't mean like the actual like
green with
humanitarian.
envy?
No, there's another one like that might be it. I'm just an idiot. It's okay. I'm just gonna drink my forest. That's fine.
So in the forest, other than the forest of mint in your drink, today we are drinking what we'll call a blueberry mint lemon droplet.
I don't know why I'm doing this like Fauna, but like if Fauna doesn't know where to
Shay
look,
is presenting the drink
just
to you
staring
guys,
at it.
even though you can't even see.
No.
She's moving her hands.
but just looking at it.
Ba-da-da-da. Like Wheel of Fortune. Was that it?
Yeah, Fauna.
Ba-da-da-da.
Oh, I don't know. Is that the
Yeah.
Is that the thing? My
That's
grandma
the
used to watch it all
opening
the
thing. It's
time.
like, here's the puzzle, motherfuckers. Ba-da-da-da.
No, I would have watched that if there was some that kind of swearing going
Like
on.
that. I always told my mom to go on that show. She would always solve the puzzle, and I was like, Mom, you could be winning like $25,000 a week.
I thought you were gonna be like, Mom, you could be winning $35. Come on, go buy your plane ticket out to wherever they filmed it.
Oh, we lived in California. She
Oh.
just had to drive down south.
I'm an idiot.
Anywho, so that's what we're drinking: blueberry, lemon, vodka, lemonade. Ba-da-da-da. Drinks.
Should we just call it the Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're drinking the Wheel of Fortune.
And we're about to be, speaking of Wheel of Fortune, we're about to be talking about the circle of life.
Oh damn! Are we in for a treat or are we in for like some learning? A little bit of both, right?
A little bit of both.
If we're getting our learn. Oh God, I'm not.
Your learn on?
My learn on. If we're getting our learn on, then I would hope that it's a. What did I say before? Shit.
What?
This Wheel of Fortune is like the wheel of fucking.
I know. It's because I
amnesia.
keep wanting to eat all this hummus.
That's fair.
So I rolled science, and what did you roll?
Good old nostalgia.
And you're not going to tell me.
No, only
Anything
because
about
I know
yours.
what you're talking about, and I know what I'm talking about, obviously. And I'm just gonna wait for that little reveal because it's a treat.
I can't wait.
Oh, you! It's so stupid.
It's not.
It's so stupid. But that's
It'll
the point,
lighten
right?
the mood.
That's the point. You know, when you're 30, you learn about some shit, have a deep documentary, and then what do? You go watch some stupid shit or think about some stupid shit. Probably
After.
not this stupid that what I'm going to be talking about.
It's not even stupid.
It is
nostalgic.
But it isn't. Yeah, it's not stupid. It's just silly. It's just so it's like black and white. So it's
Michael Jackson.
I know. I shouldn't have said that to you. I'm sorry.
If you ever say anything that could even possibly remotely be related to Michael Jackson, I'm gonna point it out.
That's fair.
And you know that.
I do know that. Yeah. So how was your week? Anything exciting happen besides you almost getting scammed?
Almost. You guys, I'm really gullible.
No, you're not.
Especially when it comes to renting houses.
You're not
and
gullible.
I'm really excited about it.
You didn't give them your fucking social security number.
That's true. Good thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not that gullible.
Some liar told me they were a reverend And they even included a Bible verse in the giant email they sent me back
How could
about
this
the
be
house.
fake?
And I was like, there's no way someone would make this up. I literally text Shay that.
You did.
There's no way.
And I was like, yeah.
And then literally after I said that, that's when I was like, oh, wait, someone would totally make that up. And then I kept digging deeper, and then later on I
found it was
Googled
a
the
fake
phone number, and
likely a scam.
I was like, fuck.
But
I knew
again,
5 acres in Fort Collins was too good to be true
For
to
how
rent
much?
for. I'm not saying for $400 a month. No, I'm just kidding. It was more than that, but yeah, I'm stupid.
No, you're not stupid. Stop saying that. You're not dumb.
But I figured it out pretty quick.
You did. Again,
After
you
half
didn't
a
give them
day.
your social number. You didn't give them any money, so you're fine. There could have been
Yeah,
worse.
that's not the first scam I'm almost fallen for. I'm almost, that's what I just said.
To be fair,
That I've almost
there was no
fallen
broken
for.
English in there, and there was
There
like,
was, there was a little.
was there?
Yeah, and then they talked about something about how their family was from Argentina. Like, a lot of the sentences did not make sense.
I didn't read that.
And then
part.
yeah. So, well, some of them didn't. And then they
Well-
repeated some shit.
Well, the
I
moral of
was
the
just too
story
excited when I
is
read
there
it.
is no moral, but at least you didn't fall for a scam.
Don't
so the
be a
moral of the
dummy.
week, you're not, well, that too. But, you're not,
Be careful, Craigslisters.
it's rough out there. But
Yeah, it was on Craigslist.
you're
so,
still here with
of
your
course.
head intact to your body, so he didn't come to murder you. So that
Not
was
yet.
good.
I gave him my address.
It's maybe they
I have
just-
a killer dog, so.
That's true. Well, maybe they got
It'll be
confused
fine.
because they drove by the farmhouse and they're like, we're just gonna keep on going.
That's it.
Yeah. so
The
it's
haunted
fine.
house
Yeah,
saved my life.
it's true. Thank you,
Thanks,
little girl.
ghost girl.
See?
Thanks.
Boo. I
Great.
don't know why
Now
we're
she's
like-
gonna
we're
come
like both
hang
alluding
out.
to her.
She's gonna come hang out with us now.
We don't invite that shit here.
We don't want you to hang out, but we thank
Don't
you.
yell at her.
We're not even in the house.
I
It's like
know.
she followed me in my car.
No, she's probably stuck in that house.
Hope so.
She better be. Oh,
Jeez.
I don't even know why, but I reached for your drink and I'm just drinking yours.
Great, Shay. Great.
Well, I do
Because
only
you
have
don't
the
have your
herpes.
own.
Well, am I forced?
I need one more hummus before I get into this. Science.
Yeah. I'm doing great, by the way. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I don't
I'm just-
know.
really, because I would have just said this. Nothing important happened to me this week. So go ahead and do your story.
Yeah, every time I ask you.
I know. So you're like, I'm just tired of this episode. We've been doing it for, what did we decide? 6 episodes.
I think this is our 7th.
I think you're right. Yeah, we've been doing this for 7 episodes. It hasn't changed.
Well, you're still feeling good. You're
Still-
still cranking away.
Still cranking away. Gotta feed
Still
that fat
loving
ass
it.
over there.
The
I don't
cat
know what
is
he's
eating
doing.
something out of the sink. We don't know what it is. It could be
Oh.
vodka. It,
It
could
could
be
be
that weird
vodka.
cheese you bought from World Market.
No, that's right there.
Oh,
yeah, guys,
okay.
I kind of panicked as a hostess. I didn't have anything, so I was at World Market. I also didn't have a shaker. I'm not in the world of entertaining, clearly. And I got some cheese, but it's warm, and I know that you can have warm cheese when it's packed, and you have to like put it in the fridge afterwards. But it was like if American cheese was fancy. It wasn't good.
I didn't try it, but I saw
Don't do it.
what it did when
Yeah.
you crumbled it.
Crumbled like feta. Actually, it crumbled like American cheese does. It just comes off like in a little chunk.
I bet that'd be good on a burger.
I
I
would
like American cheese on burgers.
no, but I guess that just makes me not a red-blooded American.
Okay, America. Today, my science topic is about climate change because it's science, not a political stance. Because it's fucking science. You know?
Are you sure?
Yep. It's science.
All right. Well, you
Fucking
go
figure it
ahead
out.
and learn me good.
So I decided to do this because the other day was Earth Day.
Yes, I
And-
saw all those amazing posts you actually did. Which were incredible.
I just found some people that said really cool things about the earth and that really spoke to me, so I thought I'd share them with people.
They were good, Brianna.
But yeah, and every day should be Earth Day, really. But Earth Day is on April 22nd of every year. And I just wanted to give a little history of Earth Day because I didn't know about it. I didn't know like what it came to be.
I didn't, so
it's been around for a little bit.
I'm gonna learn some shit.
You are. So the first Earth Day was back in the 70s. And in 1970 actually. And
P.S. It also looks like Earth Day in my glass.
It does. It's like the
sunset
and the There's a lot of floaties in Shay's drink.
Like the sea. It's okay. Keep
it's
going.
Also like two-toned.
It is. You did a very good job.
I am not a bartender. Okay, cheers to that.
Yay! Okay.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy
Shay.
Earth Day. All right. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
So this, before Earth Day came to be, this was when V8 sedans were just becoming really big. People were just using gas, and the V8 sedans were the new hottest thing.
What year
like
was
this is 1960.
Okay, so it was before like the
late
that
60s.
gas crisis and stuff like that.
Yes, I
Cool.
believe.
See, I know.
So
not just a hat rack.
I think so. And also like all the industry, there was like big factories everywhere. You know,
right.
people
just
were
no regulations.
There's no regulations. Air pollution was a commonly accepted thing. And it was just like the smell of prosperity. Mm-hmm. If you're polluting the air, it means you're fucking making a bunch of shit. And then although mainstream America largely remained oblivious to environmental concerns at this point, a lot more people became aware of the causes of pollution and all these other things because of this book that this woman named Rachel Carson put out in 1962 called Silent Spring, and it sold more than 500,000 copies in 24 countries, and it was beginning, it helped begin to raise public awareness and concern for all the living organisms on the earth.
Good on
and
Rachel.
The environment, and it also talked about the links between pollution and public health, which is something that no one was talking about.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, no one, like, they're
Our
like,
president
oh yeah, let's
says
do all
so.
this stuff.
Actually, really quick, does he say so? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Our president says so.
Global warming. I think I remember one time he said, which I don't want it to be political.
Fake news. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
it. Anyway,
Sorry. Anyway,
so,
moving on.
So then they. Sorry, I lost my way.
You're all good. Reading's hard.
So Earth Day came about in a much needed time of, you know, it was like the start of when people actually started realizing what all this stuff, all the effects of industrialization and all the shit.
All the deforestation, all that stuff.
Yes, all that. So Earth Day 1970 gave voice that the emerging consciousness, channeling the energy of the anti-war protest movement and putting environmental concerns on the front page. And so Earth Day 1970 achieved a rare political alignment. It included like Republicans and Democrats, rich and poor, city slickers, farmers, labor leaders, like all sorts of people were like behind this. And,
bringing everybody together.
Yeah, they were bringing people together.
That's pretty cool.
And by the end of that year, the first Earth Day had led to the creation of the United States Environmental Protection Agency and the passage of the Clean Air, Clean Water, and Endangered Species Acts. So
a lot of good came out of this stuff.
Earth Day sparked like all those things, which we still hear about today.
Yeah.
And they're still doing...
And need very, very much so.
Yeah, especially now, which I can't wait to talk to you about that. So, Earth Day had reached into its current status as it's one of the largest secular observances in the world now. And it's celebrated by more than 1 billion people every year. And it's a day of action that changes human behavior and provokes policy changes. But having one day a year of that is just not enough anymore because we are fucking some shit up. And I've already talked about that. And I'm very sad about it.
But
and
you're
passionate about
that's what
it.
Needs
and
to
I
happen.
also am not like I need to fucking change my shit. Like today, I use plastic bags. I felt so fucking guilty about it, and I need to buy bags.
You know, that's the one thing, like, not the one thing, but I don't know if California's doing it, but I know in Austin, you have to pay for your...
California, too, I think.
So you have to, which initially I was like, this is a giant pain in the ass.
Or
but
maybe
it's
Washington.
I know for sure Austin is, because when I was living there, like in 2017, they had already implemented that. And so at first I thought it was a big pain in the ass. But at the same time, I also think that they're not charging enough, because for me, it was enough like, oh, I'll just fucking pay the whatever. I'm not going to get the extra bags, which I'm way better at doing that now. Like, I have my own little bags in my little car.
That's so good.
And they don't do that here in Colorado. But in Austin, it was just like, I think it was like maybe a dime. It wasn't enough to where it was like, I need to go make a change. It was like, I'll deal with
more than what it would be to buy a bag.
It should be 25 cents.
Yeah.
And I bet you people would start like going, okay, maybe I should just buy some bags.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that was a whole side note.
Yeah, that's just one tiny little thing.
Yeah.
But
it makes a difference.
It does. It's crazy. Like, plastic's just one of the many problems.
Don't get me started on straws.
And so let's flash forward to Earth Day 2019.
In my glass.
Which was the other day. Yes, in your glass.
Sorry, I'm going to always... It's all good. Anyway.
So, I don't know if you heard about this song that, like, Justin Bieber's in it, or Ariana Grande's in it, Snoop Dogg, Backstreet Boys, fucking a bunch of motherfuckers are in it.
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you no.
It's called the Earth Song.
No.
And I was like, okay, this is fucking dumb.
Right.
But then it's really not. They launched it to try to bring awareness about climate change. It's kind of a very silly song. Biebers. The Biebs?
The publicist was like, you need to do this.
Yeah, because you need to get some shit done. Anyways, it also, Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation partnered with it.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't know if you know about him, but he's literally been trying to save the world for years. And
I did not know that. When you first told me that you were going to be talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, I was... being stupid, not being stupid, but I was like, I don't want to say anything at first, because I'm like, what if she's talking about a totally different Leonardo DiCaprio? Because I don't associate him. I don't associate him with doing stuff like this. But go on. Because I don't. That's my other thing with I don't watch or listen to pop culture, so I don't know anything like what celebrities are doing, or even though it really doesn't matter. I mean, fuck. I mean,
that's good. But
it is, but it isn't.
He has this foundation that it supports scientific initiatives all over the world, and like they support different charities
it's fucking badass
for, saving wildlife and endangered species and climate change and all sorts of stuff. And he's obviously can bring awareness to it because he's one of the most famous people in the fucking world, and he's actually using his fame for good.
I didn't know he was that deep in it, which is very cool.
Yes, you should go on his website.
Fucking
it's
Rose.
Pretty powerful. I'm about to tell you some shit about it. But anyways, so this Earth Day song, this Earth Day song was helping raise awareness about this, and it also brought awareness to the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation and what they're doing. And what I'm going to talk about now is their launch of the One Earth climate model, which is a groundbreaking new scientific initiative that proves that we can keep the world below 1.5 degrees Celsius in global temperature rise. So I don't know if you know this, but if we go over 1.5 degrees Celsius...
Can you tell me that in Fahrenheit? I'm just joking.
It's like points.
It doesn't matter.
It's not even a lot.
You're giving me a number, so that's all that matters. I'm just being an asshole.
So it's a state-of-the-art climate model that was funded by the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. It was released by a prestigious scientific publisher called Springer Nature. And what it does is it offers a roadmap for meeting and surpassing the targets that were set by the Paris Climate Agreement. Do you know what that is? Kind of.
That sounds super familiar.
The Paris Climate Agreement.
Well, I learned about it in school.
I'm going to tell you about it. So it's an agreement within the United Nations framework, and it deals with the greenhouse gas emissions Mitigation, Adaptation, and Finance, and it was signed in 2016, and there's a bunch of different countries a part of it. As of March 2019, 195 members have signed the agreement. The United States backed out of theirs, though.
I did not learn about it. I did not learn about it in school because this is where I'm like, wasn't this something that we did not partake in because we're a bunch of fucking
We were,
idiots?
but we backed out of it.
Not
like
we,
last
but
year.
like somebody in particular.
Yeah.
That we're gonna just.
Yep. So we as America backed out of it.
Perfect.
But let me tell you a little bit more about it. So the long-term goal.
We hate our climate and we hate cheese. But go on.
Well, it's not. Anyway, so the long-term goal is to keep the increase in the global average temperature to well below 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels, and to limit the increase of 1.5 degrees Celsius, since this would substantially reduce the risks and effects of climate change. Just by that little amount would fuck up so
right. So we're like pretty much saying like no to puppies. That's like saying, like, because it's such a clear. Yeah. That's what I meant to say. I should have, like, prefaced that. I was like, wait, what? There's no dogs in here, Shay, you idiot. But there's no dogs. There's no dogs. I'm just saying that's so. I'm not going to say that. That is so clear cut.
Yeah. Something, an obvious choice.
Yes, it's an obvious choice. It's like saying no to an obvious choice. And it's like just death to all puppies. That's pretty much what it's like saying.
He is Cruella de Vil. Anyway.
He just wanted his Labrador coat. Not even Dalmatian.
So, under the Paris Agreement, each country must determine, plan, and regularly report on the contribution that it undertakes to mitigate the global warming. So that's why we can't do it.
Oh.
So
my heart hurts.
So let me tell you about some of the people that are doing things in this Paris Agreement.
Yeah, tell me.
So
the heroes.
The French Environment Minister Nicolas Hulot. I have no
said
idea
in my head
Nicolas
Flamel. So Harry
Nicolas
Potter outside there. What?
He announced a plan to ban all petrol and diesel vehicles in France by 2040 as part of the Paris Agreement. He also stated that they'd no longer use coal to produce electricity after 2022. And up to 4 billion francs. What's in France? What's the currency?
Francs is that's right?
I don't know.
Because francs is German. Wait, what's German? Maybe I'm thinking of German.
That's German.
Francs is German, right?
I need to Google this.
Or is francs France? Francs France. Yeah. But I think it's the euro. Honestly, in France.
Oh yeah, duh.
Because I remember it being.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So
I knew one thing.
Good job, Shay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So he also stated that France would no longer use coal to produce electricity after 2022, and that up to 4 billion euros will be invested into boosting energy efficiency.
Fuck.
I also didn't know what that meant.
So
that's what France is doing. Norway is going to ban the sale of petrol and diesel powered cars by 2025. The Netherlands is doing the same thing, and they have electric trains running on the Dutch. Pass that Dutch. You know that song? Missy Elliott.
Every time you ask me.
Pass the Dutch, baby. Shake, shake, shake your stuff, ladies. Hoo-doo. Pass that Dutch. You don't pop that, jiggle that fat. Don't stop, get it till your clothes get wet. Hoo-doo.
No.
You don't know that song?
Does it sound like I know that song?
Well, anyway. Electric trains running on the Dutch National Rail Network are already entirely powered by wind energy. How badass is that?
That's pretty fucking cool. But hey, you know what?
What?
Our president thinks that windmills give us cancer, so we can't do that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's saving us.
I'm trying to... Let's keep this not political. I'm so sorry.
Because science is not political. This is facts. Anyway... the House of Representatives of Netherlands also passed a bill in June of 2018 mandating that by 2050 the Netherlands will cut its 1990 greenhouse gas emissions level by 95%, which is exceeding the Paris Agreement level goals, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah.
while all the Paris Agreement stuff is really cool and like the countries that are involved in it, like that's great. They're definitely taking steps to help the climate change issue.
Right.
It's not going to work for what we need to be done for the amount of shit we've been doing to the environment.
That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, isn't that fucking scary? So the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warned in its special report on global warming of the 1.5 degrees Celsius released in October 2018, and that the Earth must be kept below the dangerous threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius in global average temperature rise if we are to avoid a worsening climate-related impacts. And we're already seeing horrible consequences of that. For our current 1 degree Celsius global temperature increase, which includes rising sea levels, extreme storms, prolonged droughts, and intensified wildfires, which we are seeing in the last 5 years of our lives.
Hashtag fucking bomb cyclone.
Yeah.
Like twice.
Like, what is a bomb cyclone blizzard? Like, that was so crazy.
Well, they said it happens once every whatever, but we had 2 in 2 weeks of each other. But it's not real.
But that's
fake news.
Of fun.
It's fake news.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the impacts resulting from a higher 2 degrees Celsius level are almost unimaginable. So
no shit.
That would mean the death of every coral reef in the ocean, the collapse of nearly 1/4 of the world's agricultural land, dramatically increased heat waves and wildfires, 100 million people driven into extreme poverty, sparking multiple refugee crises, a meter of the sea level rise in some regions. A fucking meter? If the sea level...
That's
Miami's done.
Yes. I mean, not just that. New Orleans.
New Orleans is fucking done.
I mean, honestly.
Lots part of California
Jesus tried to, wash that off the earth for a minute there.
He did, but he didn't succeed.
No, he didn't.
The heathens. So, up until now, it was assumed to be difficult, if not impossible, to achieve carbon budget required to stay below the 1.5 degrees Celsius. But
do you think the scientists in their houses are just banging their heads against the wall going, "What the fuck is nobody listening to me?"
Yeah. Yeah.
To the point where they're like, "Am I crazy?"
Yeah, right?
Anyway,
I don't know.
I wonder that. Because this is not a bigger story, and that's what's insane to me.
I know, right? It's fucked up.
It's super fucked up.
That's why I'm trying to bring awareness to our podcast listeners.
Yeah.
So that they can tell their friends to be better.
Just be better. Sometimes I talk about ghosts and cows and stuff, but it's, they sprinkle some science in there.
We do.
Mostly
That's why we have science. It's mostly angry climate change.
But you know what? At least you're talking about it, so that's good.
Oh, hi, Colonel Mustard. Are you coming to say hello?
Right.
The One Earth climate model is groundbreaking in that it shows that the 1.5 degrees Celsius target can be achieved through a rapid transition to 100% renewable resources and energy by 2050.
Right.
And 65% by 2030. And then we could save the world if we fucking do that.
If we fucking just perk our goddamn ears up.
What?
As long as we perk our goddamn ears up.
Yeah, as long as we fucking
like the bunnies that we need to save.
Exactly. It also will need to include a major conservation effort to increase the resilience of natural ecosystems and help ensure greater food security, which we talked about in my first science thing that the UN's doing.
Yes, exactly. But
So
we're not
people are
doing.
trying. Yeah.
Moral of the story. Just moral of the story. Yeah. One of the most powerful countries in the world not doing a damn thing.
Right? That makes the most sense. Let's just start banning banning abortion again, because that's what's really important.
Hooray, medieval times. Let's do that.
Let's focus on building a wall, because that's
that
gonna
nobody
work.
wants, except maybe what's his fucking face from the Black Klansman.
Yeah.
What's his name?
David Duke.
David Duke. He probably wants it.
Yeah.
fuck you, David Duke.
I just started
I'm
watching
probably gonna
this
edit
show.
this out. So
It's
a little rough.
we might.
It's a little rough.
I just started watching Conan O'Brien's new show, Conan Without Borders.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
I love Conan O'Brien.
I love Conan O'Brien. I have not watched that.
Oh my God. I like
because
cry laughing.
His deadpanness is hilarious.
He's just so huge.
Yeah.
And watching him just move his body
But you don't
itself
really,
is
you
hilarious
kind of forget
to
about
me.
it until he goes out with like normal people. And he looks like he's like fucking all legs. He's like a goddamn fucking spider creature. It
This
terrifies
whole show is him going to different countries, so he's always like 2 feet taller than everyone.
Is this like on TBS? Or is this on?
I think it was on TBS, but it's on Netflix.
Okay.
There's
Well,
only
I'll watch
6
it.
episodes, but
It's like when Chelsea Handler did her like little docuseries. It was like Chelsea Does Whatever.
yeah.
And that was a fucking good docuseries.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'm hoping she does another one.
She's going to be. She's actually putting on a documentary about white privilege coming
Fuck
out
yeah,
soon.
girl. I'll watch that shit.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She is. I love her. Anyway, he interviewed the ex-president of Mexico, and he had some very amazing, very true things to say about the wall. And it was just interesting. You should go watch the Mexico episode.
I'll watch that.
Of Conan Without Borders.
I like that.
All
right, I'll watch that.
Yeah. Vicente, what's his name? Vicente Fox, the ex-president of something. Is that? I don't know if that's true. Anyway, okay.
It's okay. I wouldn't know because I'm ignorant.
So back to the One Earth model.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Now I just lost my spot. Oh,
I saw this great meme that says like there is no planet B, which I loved.
Yeah, and I sure as hell am not living on Mars.
No,
You just have to wear a spacesuit your whole life, and you'll probably feel like you're sick the whole time. And there's no grass or water, but you'll be fine.
Some people think like it's like. Did you ever watch that cartoon? It was called Titan AE.
No, but I've heard of it. I think
I
my
feel like
brother
people
did.
actually legitimately believe like the government has like a secret like space program. Like they're harboring a planet somewhere, so in case like something bad happens. Like, no,
they're not.
No, they're not.
So the result of this model will, it shows that it's possible to switch to 100% renewables for all energy uses. And it also shows that it'll cost much less to operate than today's energy system.
Fuck yeah.
It will eliminate the toxic pollution associated with burning of fossil fuels.
Mm-hmm.
And it will not only improve public health worldwide, it will also drive economic development, providing 30 million people currently working in energy sector with permanent, well-paying jobs. And it'll also create 12 million, probably more new jobs.
So our government says, fuck facts.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
Well, yeah. This is science!
Science.
So the proposed energy transition will require an investment globally of approximately $1.7 trillion per year. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it pales in comparison to the subsidies that governments provide to prop up the ailing fossil fuel industry, estimated at more than $5 trillion a year.
Jesus.
So it's like, okay, and that's what they use just to like keep them going. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm helping you out. So it's like, fuck you guys. Let's spend it's mind blowing.
I don't have any words for that because
But
my
it's
mind
like
literally
these
can't wrap itself around that.
Is it because these businesses are like the oil industry is so fucking big that like if they but
Money,
it's
money,
like
money.
can't all those people work for the better good of the world? And can't we, like, put that into renewable energy and not fucking oil? Like,
No, because
these
then
people need to
would
wake up. Like, these people need to be sued. They're crooks. They're crooks.
Sing it, girl. You sing it like a canary. I get
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So the research tells us that we could be creating clean energy future we so desperately need for less than 1/3 of what we're spending now. And in doing so,
Which is
improve energy
disgusting.
access into the developing world.
It's disgusting. How? Yeah.
So-
The people that like the powers, whatever, the ones that have it are like, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, no. So there's 5 main components to their energy transition. First is to generate electricity mostly through solar and wind power and enable the electrification of all energy uses, including power, heating, transportation, and even industrial stuff. They want to increase storage capacity in the form of batteries and and pumped hydroelectrically. They want to decrease overall energy consumption, obviously, especially in the developed world by making buildings, cities, and vehicles more efficient, which that's what we need to be investing our money. People need to be, I would be investing my money into that if I could. We do invest our money into that when we buy groceries, when we buy paper towels that aren't produced by Bounty, when we buy, when we buy things that aren't plastic, single-use plastic, like we vote with our dollars. I know it seems like sometimes like, oh, well, I'm not rich. I can't fucking donate a bunch of money or I can't, blah, blah, blah.
Put it to products that you care about.
Exactly. Yeah. And don't support products that aren't good for the environment.
Right.
Even though it's hard sometimes. Again, it's just being conscious and knowing that it really will affect everything.
Just do your homework. I know it takes some time, but just do your homework.
Yeah. Or just listen to me rant about it on our podcast 30-ish.
Yeah, you could just do that too. Tell your friends.
Another component of this is that they want to repurpose the existing gas pipeline and storage infrastructure to deliver hydrogen produced by renewable sources. And then the 5th thing is they are a gradual retraining of the energy workforce to participate in the green economy, not the death economy.
Anyway.
So there's also a 6th component, Shay, of this climate model.
Damn.
And that's land restoration.
Yes.
Which, if you listen to one of our first episodes, I talked about that.
You did talk about that.
But the NCS, which is the Natural Climate Solutions.
It's the same episode I also talked about Teddy Ruxpin. Just remember that, everybody.
Oh my God, science and nostalgia.
Yeah, it's like a
dynamic duo.
It is. It's like, here's some heavy shit, and here's like something that you're like, I don't need that. But it's fine. Go on.
So the NCS, the National Climate Solutions, includes everything from restoring natural forests, grasslands, wetlands, and improving all soil fertility through regenerative agricultural practices like agroforestry, silvopasture, and cover crops. So, speaking of Leo, what does Leo say? I just wanted to put that in because
that
he
he'll
owns
never
this
let go.
foundation. He says he will never let go of the earth.
And
he's holding strong.
But Rose let go of him.
Yeah, Rose is a dumb fucking bitch.
Yeah. And that door
was big enough for both of them.
And it's probably still floating around in the sea like all the rest of the garbage.
Oh my God, you're right.
Titanic,
and the life vests.
All of it.
The Titanic was the biggest trash dump.
It is, but that's probably, what was it? It was
the bodies.
I think they said that it was what?
The bodies helped
Well, actually, probably
propagate
on one end, but like I think I read somewhere because I was fucking stupid obsessed with the Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Not to make this into a giant tangent, but I think they said like by 2000. I thought it was 20 something that it was going to be completely disintegrated underneath the sea because it has gotten like eaten away. All the stuff, all the rust has eaten away the metal, which is crazy,
shit.
Right?
How long has it been under there?
1912, so over 100 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right?
Oh, they had a big
Hadou.
exhibit about it at the Denver Science Museum.
I went to the one in Vegas, the Lux, and it was fucking bananas.
Was the Titanic in the Lux?
No, but like they had taken a piece. I was like, they had taken a piece. They had. All of this education just can't even compute in my tiny brain. But they had taken a piece, and it was an actual piece that was right there. I mean, obviously, they're like, don't.
It was the part they were standing on and holding each other at the tip of the
No, it looked like it was just part
boat.
of. It was part of the. I don't know what part, like if it was the port of the starboard side or whatever, but it was part of the side of like the boat and shit, and you could see all like the rivets, and you want to touch it, but obviously you cannot touch it. But it was just
your cat just slapped the dog's ass with its paw. And then the dog ran upstairs.
I'm surprised she
wanted
didn't
you to know that.
just sing a song about it. Well, that's because he's boss in this house. So that's just
Oh,
to
but
find
now
out.
he followed him.
Yep. Well, he's gonna go tap it again.
Oh,
maybe he's a little gay. I don't know. Mommy supports you. I'll march in those little parades with you.
Oh, that is so funny.
It's very liberal of me.
It is.
Anyway, so
Titanic.
Jack said never let go, and he never did. And Rose
was
awful and let that. She didn't even take the decency to take the door out. She just left it in there like garbage.
She is such a selfish woman.
She was.
She's real. Anyway, she's not. So what does Leo say? Leonardo DiCaprio, the owner of this foundation. He says,
I thought he also
said,
I will never let go. I was like, damn, jeez.
I will never let go of the earth.
All right, go on.
With the pace of urgent climate warnings now increasing, it's clear that our planet cannot wait for meaningful action. This ambitious and necessary pathway shows that a transition of up to 100% that a transition to 100% renewable energy and strong measures to protect and restore our natural ecosystems taken together can deliver a more stable climate within the single generation. Nature is the missing key. While the renewable energy transition is imperative to solving the climate crisis, it isn't enough. Currently, wild lands and oceans absorb 1/2 of all our CO2 emissions. As the climate model shows, in order to keep global temperature rise to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, we have to keep our natural carbon sinks intact, scale up restoration efforts, and shift to a regenerative agriculture. Without them, we have literally no future. They're seriously saying, like,
damn,
if we don't change in the next 12 years, like, we're literally doomed.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally doomed.
Right.
And this is science. And if people... Sorry, I just spit on your microphone mesh.
It's great. Throw it away now.
And if, like, people don't want to believe this, like, it's literally, like, your grandchildren aren't going to live. You're fucking, like,
it's all done.
The children.
We're done.
Speaking of children, I want to talk about this badass girl from Sweden. She's 16.
Greta.
Her name is Greta.
Greta
Thunberg.
I did read some of this article, and it was very captivating, but I was also reading it while I was driving. Wait, what? And
what?
Yeah, so I had to put the phone down. But because usually I'm like, okay, I can get the gist of stuff like that, but hers, I actually was pretty, mostly because she kept saying, like, did you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Is this thing on? Like, it was actually a very captivating little speech. So, anyway.
Yeah, and
Greta.
she's 16 and she's saying this shit and she's like,
crazy.
And it's like, hey guys, like, literally, you guys are going to be dead and I'm not.
Fucked. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hey. So, Greta Ernman Thunberg was born January 3rd, 2003.
Very good.
I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm German, so she's Swedish.
You should know.
So
should have a German
it's
tongue.
Not the same thing. I have that German tongue. Yeah, do. I don't know.
Yikes.
So she is a role model for worldwide student activism, and she is a Swedish climate activist, and she's 16 years old.
Damn.
Her mother's an opera singer. Her dad was an actor.
They were like, oh, Greta.
And I decided to talk about her grandfather because his name's Olaf Thunberg. And I thought that was a badass name.
That's a pretty fucking badass name.
And her grandpa was an actor and a director.
And she was like, I'm going to go the other direction.
She's like, I'm going to save the planet now because you guys fucked it up.
And they probably are like, it's probably just some method acting. It's fine.
So,
sorry.
Perfect. You're great at that.
You're so good.
Shut up, Mom. I'm trying to save the fucking world.
Like, no, you're going to be a really good scientist one day in a play. Anyway.
Oh, wait about that. Okay. That's what you'd think, huh?
Right, yeah. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so at a TED Talk in November 2008, Thunberg said she first heard about climate change at the age of 8 and couldn't understand why so little was being done about it.
Fair.
Wow, what a smart fucking girl. So at age 11, she became depressed and stopped talking.
She just stopped talking?
She just stopped talking at age 11. And she
All right.
became really depressed. Later on, she was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, OCD, and selective mutism. And what that means is that she only spoke when she needed to. And, she just spoke when she, felt like
she
it.
knew how to talk. She just chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like a monk.
And now she's saying now is one of those moments that she needs to talk. Yeah. She's 16.
Damn.
So cool.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
And she also said that being on the spectrum was an advantage, as almost everything is black or white. So she, like most people when they're diagnosed with that, parent, people aren't stoked about it.
Right.
I mean, please erase that.
I didn't even catch it.
I just, oh.
I got it now.
What, Brie?
Most people, when they get, when they're mentally retarded, they're not really stoked about it. When you get the syphilis, you're not really stoked about it. I will take it all out. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
She also said, I feel like I'm dying inside when I don't protest.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a very powerful
I feel like
girl.
I'm dying inside when I get up in a group of, front of a group of people and I protest.
I know. So she's known for having initiated a school strike for climate movement that formed in November of 2018 that surged globally after the COP24, which was basically the meeting for the Paris Agreement, I think. Or it was after. It was
You could pretend.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a conference, the COP24 conference in December of that year. Her personal activism began in 2018 in August when her recurring and solitary school strike for climate is what it was called. And she was protesting outside the Swedish parliament in Stockholm. It started to attract media coverage. On March 15th, 2019, an estimated number of 1.4 million students in 112 countries around the world joined her call in striking and protesting.
Damn.
Yeah, she organized that shit because she's a badass bitch.
Yeah, she is.
The next major climate strike is supposed to take place on May 24th, 2019. We should be a part of it somehow, even though we aren't children.
We could pretend.
We could go to a school.
I mean, I always get mistaken, not because what I think whatever of myself. I'm like, what grade are you going into? I'm like, I'm 33.
But I want to strike for climate change.
I'll fucking look like a fucking 2-year-old for that shit.
So in August of 2018, Thunberg, who had just started 9th grade, decided to not attend school until the 2018 Sweden general election on September 9th after heat waves and wildfires were in Sweden. She demanded the Swedish government reduce carbon emissions in accordance with the Paris Agreement, and she protested by sitting outside the Riksdag. I don't know the name. It's a name of a Swedish.
Okay. I mean, I would probably
the building that the
I can't
parliament's
even say Bethesda.
Every day during school hours with the sign "School Strike for the Climate."
Wow, dude, this girl's a little badass.
Yeah, dude. And her parents were like,
she's like the real Captain Marvel.
We didn't like that she was missing school, but we love that she's doing it for this cause.
Good for her parents.
Yeah.
She's like the real Captain Marvel.
She is. I never saw that.
You should. It's amazing.
Oh my god, I need to.
Actually, you're kind of reading her story because this is probably better than anything that Marvel could have dreamt up. Even though Marvel's amazing.
This is just real fucking life.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking amazing and inspiring as hell.
So
yeah,
right.
I mean,
and she's 16.
It's
and she has
fucking mind blowing.
Asperger's and OCD and.
I know. I just have a crippling depression. I mean, I gotta get out of bed.
God, Shay.
Nothing's an excuse anymore.
Shay, do we need to talk about this? I've never heard that.
It's fine.
From you.
I'm just drinking.
Why did you get one of those? For me.
Do you want one?
I mean, yeah.
What? Okay. Well, I can get you one.
So she was striking. She was not in school till the elections. Every single day she was out there holding this sign till the elections came about. And then after that, She just striked on Fridays only, and that's when she started gaining worldwide attention.
Do you want this one?
And she inspires. That one's good. Okay. She inspires others, like I said, to take the strikes across the globe. And as of December 2018, more than 20,000 students had held strikes in at least 270 different cities. And Thunberg credits the teen activists of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, who organized the March for Our Lives. She credits them to be inspired to do this for the climate change.
I just feel so useless.
Right? We just got to get out there and do some shit too.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I do agree.
Not use plastic bags.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things.
True.
I don't know why that's the only thing I'm on
because
today.
it's like the littlest thing that you can start to do. If you don't know where to start, that's the one thing that's where you can start.
Mm-hmm. So her activism evolved from solitary protesting to taking part in demonstrations throughout Europe. She's made several high-profile public speeches, and she's been mobilizing her growing number of followers on social media platforms because she wants to be known.
You go get it, Greta.
She doesn't want to be known. She wants this
she wants this to be known. She wants what she's talking about to be known.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, this young woman is fucking Jesus. Yeah. 16 years old.
So the UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres has endorsed the school strikes now initiated by Thunberg, admitting that, quote, "My generation has failed to respond properly to the dramatic challenge of climate change. This is deeply felt by young people. No wonder they're angry." Yeah. Good job, shit. Antonio. Thank you. He knows.
He does.
Drake knows.
Anyway,
she said she did not go to school. So some people would always be like, "Oh, you should become a climate scientist," and all this stuff. Like, you were like, "Yeah, she should become a scientist." But she said she did not go to school to become a climate scientist, as some suggested, because the science was done and only denial, ignorance, and inaction remained.
Jeez.
God damn, girl.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, I almost ripped that out.
I know, it's fine.
Is ruthless.
She's like the Beyonce of the non-science because I don't know fucking
She's
offender.
the Swedish 16-year-old Beyonce.
God damn, dude. That's fucking insane. I love how she's like, her platform is science, but she's like, but also fuck science. I was like, Jesus.
Because she's like, I'm not going to become a scientist. This shit's real. Like,
right.
She's like, stop being like, oh, like,
yeah.
Let's do something, motherfuckers. That's why I'm here. I don't need to be a scientist.
Right, the
like, we know this is fucked up.
We already know what's happening. That me being a scientist is not going to fucking fix anything.
Yeah. And all these old people are like, oh my God, wow, this young girl. And she's like, yeah, great, sweet. Just fucking listen to me. Like, that's basically what she's saying.
Well, it also makes me wonder, like, is there technology that scientists have created or invented, or inventors or whatever that genre is, and people are just like, oh, you have a healing earth gun? Well, that's not really going to help us profit anything, so fuck off. So It makes me wonder how many things have been invented or created or whatever, and they've been shot down. And they're like, no, this is like a solution to your problem right here. And they're like, no, because that doesn't generate me
and that
$1 billion.
Everyone, the oil industry and the fucking all the other shit.
Unfortunately, it's all politically based, and it fucking sucks. Mm-hmm. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, it's really shitty. But we need to wake up because literally, we're fucked if we don't.
Like literally, not even figuratively.
No. Mm-mm.
Fucked by the trees.
So, Greta took her climate change message to the Heart of Power in Westminster on Tuesday to the British Parliament. No,
not the Parliament. Usually it's called the British. Yeah. Okay, I was like, the British Parliament.
And it prompted politicians to feel like shit, basically, for their failure to act.
Fuck yeah.
These are some quotes that she said. This ongoing irresponsible behavior will no doubt be remembered in history as one of the greatest failures of humankind. You lied to us. You gave us false hope. You told us that the future was something to look forward to. The United Kingdom's this is another quote. This isn't all like one thing. Yeah. So the United Kingdom's active current support of the new exploitation of fossil fuels, like, for example, the United Kingdom's shale gas fracking industry, the expansion of its North Sea oil and gas fields, the expansion of airports, as well as the planning permission for the brand new coal mine is beyond absurd, she said. And yeah, all that shit, it's like we're doing similar things in the United States. Right. Like, I live in Weld County, and there's fracking sites everywhere. Yeah. And it's like, what? Why are we doing this? Like, everywhere else is against this. Why is, like... Because there's money in it, obviously, and people that their properties are getting used, they're getting paid a bunch of money to have their land be fracked on, but it's benefiting them, so it's like, whatever, I have money,
they claim
so it's fine.
Like about Colorado jobs.
But... Yeah. Fucking make more renewable energy jobs and there'll be more jobs, won't there?
Exactly.
I don't understand why that's like...
Because it's... Yeah.
So she finished her speech with this... Also, you can read the speech online.
We should post it on Google. Our 30-ish.
We should.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. You can read the whole thing. Yeah. She fucking doesn't take any prisoners. Or she doesn't... What? She kicks ass and takes names. She doesn't take any prisoners because she gets rid of all of them. Is that what that means? Okay, yeah,
You're good.
Yeah.
Just be confident.
That was a saying.
Be confident, Warden.
So she finished with a standing ovation and cheers, and then she sat quietly as the panel of senior politicians gave their responses. Several of the politicians appeared real fucked up.
Okay, there you go.
They appeared real fucked up. So, during this time, Thunberg only listened to 10 fully. She listened to 10 attentively, and she applauded only when a member of the audience criticized the government for pushing ahead with fracking.
Oh.
She is like fucking like she is.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like with her, like the condition that she has, like. They're going to be blunt and they don't give a fuck. Like, they're like, nope, this is just the way it is. And I'm going to tell you how it is. And I don't give a fuck if you hate me. Honestly, I don't really give a shit. Like, they're not sociopathic, but they're just like, no, that's just how it is. And you have to hear it. Because if you don't, then that's a problem.
And she knows the effects.
Yeah. So it's awesome.
She's part, like.
Yeah. So it's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to point her out and... You guys should definitely look her up, and she's awesome.
We should post that on our Instagram.
Okay, I will.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Damn, girl, that was good.
She's fucking really cool. She's a
little badass.
Yeah, follow her on Instagram. She's doing stuff all the time. She's leading climate strikes. Obviously, there's another one on the 24th of May or whatever. But I mean, we just all need to be doing like. This is not everyone can go to Parliament and talk to these people, that's for sure. But we can also vote the right people into power, and we can vote with our dollars.
Vote,
it's literally voting with your dollars.
1,000%.
Because remember, like back when organic food wasn't even that like.
No, and there was like just 3 fucking options.
Yeah, there's 3 options.
Now there's like there's several stores now. Yeah, competing Walmart, for even Walmart. Yeah,
Walmart has organic stuff, you know?
Everyone does,
and that's good. It's because there was a demand for it, and that's how the economies
work. So see
work.
how that changed. So it makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
It makes a difference.
And I know it's hard, like I can't buy the most expensive things all the time for sure, but if you can, you should be.
But honestly, like all you got to do is like just check the back at the label.
Exactly.
It takes more time, and I totally get like people that have kids and everything else and time crunches, but find the time. Mm-hmm. It makes a difference.
It'll literally save your children's lives. Yeah. And everyone's. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
That was long.
It was long. Clocked you in there. Yeah. But it's good. We'll figure it out. Mine is not going to be that long, so don't worry about it. Okay.
Perfect. I am a ranting.
No, it was good. It was a good rant.
Is it recording?
It's recording. It's just taken a real long time. and I can't really gauge. So hopefully it's gonna sound fine for you people because I can't really gauge the levels. Anyway.
Good thing you know what things mean, and
Yeah. Maybe I'll just kind of.
It's just mad at us right now.
Yeah, we pissed it off real good. I pissed it off because I spilt my drink on it. Okay.
That's fine.
It is.
Anyway, let's
it is.
Try to talk about.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, Shay.
Are you fucking ready?
I don't think I'm ready for this jelly.
I don't think you are because
Should I do a drum roll?
Okay. So no.
That's my drum roll with one hand.
Oh look, he thought you were calling to him.
The dog likes me now because I did that.
It's true.
He thinks I want him.
Okay.
I want to pet him, but
so you talked a lot about Mother Nature and
Mother Nature has. What? Yes, I did.
Yes. About all these wonderful things that we could be doing for our planet and the science behind some of that and the knowledge that people need to be really having in their brains. And so we're going to switch gears.
Yeah, let's switch them.
No, it's going to be a hard switch.
Let's switch it to gear number 6 from gear number 1.
We're going to switch it again, we're going down the highway and we're going to go
Are we changing vehicles?
Oh, yeah. In the middle of it? Absolutely.
Are we doing a Chinese fire drill right now?
Can I ask you something, Brianna?
Yeah.
Did you like karate as a kid?
That's... I mean, I like the Karate Kid movies.
Did you like colorful costumes?
Oh, yeah. Are you about to tell me something?
I'm gonna talk about the Power Rangers.
Yes! Go Power Rangers!
You
go
liar.
Power Rangers! Okay, when you said, do I like karate, I was like, I mean, I didn't do karate. I thought it was a cool thing that people could do. I think I had a segment of karate in my PE class, actually. Good job, St. Patrick's.
Did you really?
I feel like we did.
I definitely did not have a karate segment.
I feel like we did karate one time. One day in 5th grade or something. We did a karate segment.
As you did the karate hand. Segment. It
has an actual movement with your body.
I felt a little bad when you told me what you were going to do today, and I'm like, I'm going to talk about the Power Rangers.
Girl, Power Rangers?
But what is so crazy is that
it was on after Captain Planet. It's
I
perfect.
almost did Captain Planet, and that would have been so fucking simpatico, but I didn't do it. It's fine.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. He takes pollution
down to 0. Yeah.
Water, love, earth, wind, fire.
Heart.
Just kidding. Heart.
Boom. He was that little Native American boy.
Was he?
He was.
Captain Planet?
No, he was like a green alien.
I was like, he was green.
No. He was like this blue alien dude. The little heart dude, he was a little Indian boy.
Oh.
I just remember him because it was the very end. He was like, heart. And he was adorable. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to talk about the Power Rangers.
That's fucking amazing. I am so excited.
Yeah. And I'm also not going to talk about the whole, because number one, I tried to pick a topic that was a little bit shorter because mine was so fucking long, which yours was long this week.
Mine was way too long this week.
No, it was all good. It all worked out. So I'm going to be focusing on
vote with your dollars.
Get it.
Me too. I need to listen to my own self. Anyway.
Me too. It's all good.
Power Rangers.
Exactly. So I'm going to be talking mostly about the first series, with the original.
The fucking real Power Rangers, guys.
Yeah, not that fucking samurai bullshit, whatever that is.
There are so many Power Rangers now. My little brother is 7 years younger than me.
Right.
So there was a gap for sure. Mm-hmm. And then when he got a little older, he started watching Power Rangers, but they were completely different. There's 7 different kinds of Power Rangers.
Right.
They played soccer.
Did they?
It's like, what?
No.
Yeah, like this one branch of Power Rangers played soccer or something. I don't know. I just remember one of those like videos that we had.
Huh.
And they were Power Rangers, but they played soccer. You know what? I think I'm actually getting confused.
I think I misunderstood.
Because-
That's what I felt like when you told me what you were doing. I want to be like, I'm doing the Power Rangers. I misunderstood the assignment. That's what I felt like. No,
this
you're changing
is
the world, and
perfect
I'm talking about
nostalgia.
I don't know how to change
Kimberly
a tire.
and
Yeah, Kimberly. I'll get to it, girl.
all the names.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Of the original ones.
Shit.
Of the
Zach
original
was
ones.
one of them.
Zach was one of them.
Ooh, Zach was the Red Ranger.
Fuck no. Zach was the
Black
Ranger.
Yeah, I did. I
And
knew that. And I
He was
said
black.
that's why I
Anyway,
love Zach.
so I like in my notes that I was like, let me ask you this question, Brie. Do you like karate? I actually wrote that down to make sure I opened with that. Anyway, okay, so
And I do, for the record. Karate's cool.
clearly, I mean, you knew what the Power Rangers theme was. That was pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I could sing more of it, but I won't.
That was it. That's the only
Yeah,
words.
that's literally
Those were
it.
the only, because I also
It's different too. It's like a different key change. Go go Power Rangers.
But then they do like this crazy
Mighty
like fucking.
Morphin Power Rangers.
But also, that was like this crazy like there's like this like guitar riff and it's like
yeah,
and it's- which I didn't really realize until like I watched because I was doing like watching a few like little videos for research and like
so good.
it was. I'm like, how did I fucking watch this? This is garbage. It was so like it was like go Power Ranger. Like it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, but they were kids.
It's
even
true,
though
but,
they had to be
but
like
even,
20.
even like the
They were, like,
fighting
16.
scenes, but they were like Godzilla fighting scenes. But I kind of found out why they were like kind of like Godzilla fighting scenes, but where they would just like fall on this building and it was just disintegrate into confetti dust. I'm like, there was people's lives in there. Like,
But it
what if
was-
they died?
But the best part was like someone would fall on something and like 5 seconds later it would like disappear.
Yeah.
It was like very delayed.
Yes.
Like
was-
not even animation. It was
No.
just like, what
It
is that?
was-
Stop motion? I don't know.
No, I mean it
What's
was
that
like,
called?
it
Video
was-
editor?
It was like I mean they were like made like the Godzilla things where it was almost like puppets and it was like this fake little whatever. But I'll tell you more
The
about that.
foam towns.
Yes, and they would
my
just
God.
like it was like you would kind of fall in it and they would just go pop, and it was amazing.
Shay, I am so excited for this.
Anyway.
You don't even know.
So again, I'm focusing on the American version, like for the first like 3 seasons of like what I know as the Power Rangers.
Okay,
And the
so
movie.
yes, the American version for the first, but like, what was Power Rangers before the American version? It was.
Oh, I'll
it was.
tell you,
It
girl.
had to have been Japan. Oh, you're
Oh,
gonna tell me.
I'm gonna tell you, girl. So the first Power
You
Rangers.
could tell some of it was like dubbed or something. Anyway,
I'll get to it.
such a
So,
weird
the
show.
first Power Rangers entry, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the American version, debuted on August 28th, 1993. A day that will live in infamy. I'm just kidding.
93.
93. So 93.
I remember that. Shit.
Do you? How old were you?
I was 4.
You were 4? I was...
For the whole year.
For the whole fucking year. I think it was 7 or 8. I feel like we discussed how old I was in that year, and I feel like I was like, I might have been around 11 or 16. I don't know what age. Anyway, so, and actually this program helped launch Fox Kids. It got catapulted into popular culture along with a line of action figures and other toys by Brandy, or Brandi. I'm not quite sure how to say it.
Brandy the singer?
Nope, it's, I'm adding R's in there where there's not.
Bandai.
Bandai. Yep, that's what it is. Anyway.
Bandai Beach Bar?
Oh. Okay, so by 2000...
No.
Yes.
There's never an awe with that.
What did you say? I think I wasn't listening.
Go on. It
Okay.
didn't make any sense.
So by 2001, no, you were talking about the...
Bondi Beach Bar?
Yeah, you were talking about the Bondi Beach Bar. I need to...
Because you said Bandy, and I was like,
oh, Bondi. I was like, it's been like that, and then it's been something else, and then it was... Oh my God. Okay, keep talking, Shay. Okay, so by 2001, the medium franchise had generated over $6 billion in like toy sales. So that's how much it's generated. So that's kind of where its mark is right now. So
it started in 93 and that was in 2001.
This was in 2001 and just in toy sales alone, which is insane. So, and as of 2017, the show consists of 24 television seasons of 20 different theme series and 3 theatrical films released in 95, 97, and 2017.
I remember the 95
The
one.
95 one was dope.
That was the only one you wanted to watch?
Yeah, because it was the best one. Duh.
It was the orig.
It was so good. So, but we are going to focus, like I said before, more on the first American series. I say the first American series because the Power Rangers is based on the Japanese, I'm going to butcher this word, the Japanese franchise, that's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Super Sentai. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right now. I don't know, so I'm sorry if I'm not. So the Super Sentai created back in 1975. So, but they wanted to bring it to the United States in the 1990s. So
you could totally tell that was Japanese or something.
Right. So actually, to save on costs, they would use stock footage from Super Sentai, which I didn't know this until I read this or to research this. They would use stock footage from Super Sentai, which was made they would make episodes alongside with the American episodes. So they were just pulling the stock footage from the Japanese. So
yeah, because they didn't, and you could totally tell that.
Right. So for the fight scenes, whether it was with the robots or the Rangers themselves, in the full costumes, that's why you would see them from going from streets to all of a sudden going to fucking rock quarries and shit. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get these fucking putties, and they're now we're in a rock quarry and we're all in our whatever. So that's why they would do that, because they would be filming these things side by side with each other, but obviously in Japan, and they would just shoot all the stuff in California and all the stuff out of costume, and then they would just dub it. They would dub all the fight scenes from
because the
Japan.
Rita? Rita.
Mm-hmm.
She every time she talked, it was you're not speaking English, even though the voice is English.
Yeah, it was badly dubbed.
It was so dubbed.
It was very dubbed.
And I remember thinking about that when I was little.
Yeah. Why is her strange. She would open her mouth really wide or whatever.
And also when they would talk too,
yeah.
It was their body movements were different than what they were saying in English, and I always thought that was
right.
And I remember that the most
vividly. Right.
And it also made me love the show even more.
Right. So there was just this cheesy whatever thing about it. So anyway, that's why it was this fucking workhorse, and they would just make so much money off of it, because they were literally they were filming 2 shows, but only using they were using 75% of the footage from one show to fill in the other.
Yeah, that was super
smart. It was
smart.
fucking smart. I mean, they were making a lot of money off of
that was
2
one of the most popular shows in America. It was. I fucking loved it. And they didn't even have to
and it was fucking
shoot a whole show.
It was cheesy as fuck.
Oh my god, it was so good.
So.
And they included all sorts of kids as karate kids.
They did.
A couple.
They did a little bit.
They sort of branched out.
So they aired on weekday afternoons and Saturday mornings. And so the series is, in case nobody knows what it is, but I'm sure. Anyway. Okay. So it begins with 5 teenagers in the fictional city of Angel Grove who combat Rita and her seemingly endless array of monsters, which mostly were the putties, and I think there was this Egyptian looking thing. It was he was called Goldar or something. He was her little henchman, and he looked and he would just do this a lot, and I'm just everybody. I'm just waving my arms. Shit, it was very weird.
She's flailing.
Yeah, I'm flailing my arms. So they fight the endless array of monsters, and while also dealing with typical teenage problems. Dating and stuff.
Sex and drugs.
Yep, totally. In Angel Grove. It was right next to fucking the Hellmouth. What was it called? Do you know Buffy?
No.
You know? Fuck off.
I didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was not allowed to watch that.
Oh, that's right.
I couldn't watch Rugrats, remember?
I forgot.
You think I could watch fucking Buffy?
That's true. Anyway, okay, so they were dealing with typical teenage problems.
Also, I was probably way too afraid to watch that.
Buffy?
Yeah. I was a giant wuss.
It was full of banter and bullshit.
Well,
it was hilarious.
I probably thought it was real vampires.
Oh, okay. With the endless array of monsters, while also dealing with typical teenage problems and clashing with local bullies, Bulk and Skull.
Oh, shit.
I know. Which, fun fact, I don't know which one it was, because, which one was the fat one?
Which
I feel kind of bad because I did read that actually the bigger one actually kind of died of heart problems later on in life. Anyway,
I literally don't remember any of the names.
I was just trying to say, the one that was the skinnier guy, he actually tried out to be the Red Ranger, but he didn't get it, and he just got to be one of the bullies. Which honestly, the bullies were kind of like this comic relief kind of duo, which was kind of fun to watch them. They would have this fucking ridiculous theme song, and it was great. I
don't remember
the Bulk and Skull. It was
I don't remember them.
They would have this stupid theme song da 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 da, and they would come in and
oh,
yeah.
And they were weird.
They were stupid.
They weird little.
And they always wore.
Stuff.
Yeah, they always wore fucking.
They were spiky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember them now.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, the wise sage Zordon is the one that gives them the ability to transform into a fighting force known as the Power Rangers, providing them with an arsenal of weapons in their disposal, as well as a colossal assault machines called Zords, which can combine into a giant human machine known as the Megazord.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah! And he was like, bah! And it was like, and then he would just make karate motions.
They all came in
right, and they would just and they would just make karate motions.
Like a giant reptar.
Exactly, pretty much, yeah.
Godzilla.
He pretty much looked like a giant Optimus Prime,
but a dinosaur.
He wasn't when they would. He
was like a dino.
But no, when he would combine, he would be he looked like a transformer. But as time went on, he looked more and more kind of creature-like.
Oh.
So yes, because we'll get to that. Anyway, so the Rangers. You have Jason. He was the
green.
Red. He was red.
Okay.
And he was the T-Rex. The T-Rex sword, so by himself he looked like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I thought that was what they all formed into.
No. They would form into what here? I have to kind of show.
Oh, it was a transformer.
Right. So they would be he looked like an actual.
But they were all different animals.
So the first series, the most important series were the fucking actual dinosaurs. So they were whatever. So anyway, so you had the T-Rex and he was Jason. And he teaches karate, and he is pretty much identified as the leader of the group. It's in the first series.
The leader of the pack.
Yeah. I honestly thought this was gonna take us 20 minutes to do, but it's not because we're a little drunk.
I know.
It's fantastic. So then you have Zach, and he's the Black Mastodon.
I think Zach was my favorite.
Right? And he was the Mastodon. What's a Mastodon, do you ask? It's pretty much a smaller version of a mammoth. It just took me a long time to get
smaller?
It's smaller because I looked it up. It has kind of more of a cone-shaped head and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought it was bigger.
It was smaller.
Oh, shit.
Which I thought was kind of weird. Anyway, so I think it just sounds cooler. So let's just call it a Mastodon.
Yeah.
So he actually teaches hip-hop. Nope. He teaches hip-hop Aikido, which pretty much is just breakdance fighting.
That's badass as fuck.
And in my brain, I keep going to Zoolander. He's like, they're breakdance fighting, and it's fantastic.
He was the coolest.
He was, and yeah. So there's that guy, and then you have, and again, Zach. He was the Black Ranger, and he was black. So then you have Trini. And she is...
Who was the nerdy guy? The green one?
We're going to get to that. So
okay.
Trini, she is the Yellow Ranger, and she is... which is the saber-toothed tiger sword. And but there was not much character development for her. But she pretty much would like dumb down whatever the nerd ranger, which the nerd ranger, but pretty much Billy, he was like the nerdy one, and he was like the Blue Ranger. So she would dumb down what he was saying. He's like, so science, it's what facts are that you prove. So like that's what she would say to the other Rangers, like pretty much. Like, she would just dumb down his like he was. So like,
she was like the
he would rattle off like techno babble, and then she would like dumb it down for everybody else. So that was pretty much her role. And they would be able to understand. Yeah, so that was her role, and she was the Yellow Ranger, and she was
badass.
Asian.
Yeah, they
kind of fucked up. Yeah. So actually, there was actually a couple articles that said like they did a pilot where she was actually Hispanic. But it was just like it's just a shitty coincidence that it happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, actually in the movie that I think happened in 2017, she actually goes back to her Hispanic roots. So the Yellow Ranger does. So anyway, so Billy is the Blue Ranger, and he is the Triceratops. So he pretty much is just his thing is like he is the nerd of the group, and he actually the actor.
And he was short and had glasses.
Yeah. I remember. So the actor that plays him, he actually stayed the longest throughout. Like Kimberly stays like the second longest, and he stays the longest out of all of them. So and then you have Kimberly, who is the Pink Ranger, and she's the pterodactyl Zord, and she
was kind of dumb, huh?
Well, she was like the Valley Girl. So she was the Valley Girl. She was like the popular one. She was on the gymnastics team. So she was the one that was just like everyone wanted to be. Which everyone did want to be her. Let's be honest. I didn't.
I wanted to be the Yellow Ranger.
I wanted to be Tommy, the fucking Green Ranger that we're about to talk about. So Tommy
he was the shit.
Yeah, Tommy was the Green Ranger. And the Green Ranger was like an evil ranger. So he was like all villainous and whatever. So at some point in season 2, though, he goes back. He goes to white, which, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then so he was the evil ranger at first due to mind control, but eventually joins the Rangers as the White Ranger. Honestly, the coolest Ranger. Because honestly, he has like the coolest fucking droid. Like the fucking Zords. Like as the Green Ranger, he had that fucking little flute. And he would, like, fucking do it, and then, like, a fucking giant dinosaur would, like, come out of the fucking water, and he would, like, have, like, fucking, like, lasers and shit. And then, as the White Ranger, he would have, like, this other saber-tooth-looking fucking, what was it called? It was called the Tiger Zord. So he would have, like, this white Tiger Zord. And then he would also have a sword, and it had, like, this, it was called the Sabai, the Talking Sword. Anyway, so this sword would like talk to him, and yeah. So then he was
the White Ranger.
He was the White Ranger. I didn't say it, but you're looking at me like you're
because I just made the connection.
I know. And what is it? The White Ranger's the best, right?
God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
He's not though.
No, the Green Ranger was the better one. It's fine.
He was a White Ranger because he came from the dark side.
It's true. And now he's in the light side. So,
anyway,
so but he had the coolest stuff. He had all the bells and whistles. So anyway, so those were the Rangers. Anyway, so an interesting little side note, kind of going back to the actors themselves. As a non-union production, members of the original cast were repeatedly subject to low pay, long hours, unfair contracts, and a hostile work environment. Obviously, so Austin St. John. I hope I'm not butchering her name, but Tu Trang and Walter Jones were the first to leave the show. Were the first to leave the series, that was in the order: the Red Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Black Ranger. But they were the first to leave the series, and they were citing low pay in the middle of the second seasons. And St. John struggled with homelessness for like a time after leaving. So the Red Ranger actually suffered it was super sad. So Amy Jo Johnson, which was the Pink Ranger, was Kimberly. Later left the series for the same reason, along with concerns over her safety, having almost been set on fire during the filming of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. So I don't know what scene that was, but apparently she was almost set on fire.
Well, they're always trying to save money, right? So they're like, well, just wear this sort of fire retardant suit.
I just remember, and actually in the Power Ranger movies, that was like the very first time that they got to like do their whole like their very own fight scenes without it being dubbed. That's how much it was being dubbed. That's how much money that these
and
guys...
they still underpaid them?
Yeah. So that's how much money that it was being dubbed and everything else. So the Power Rangers movie was the very first movie that they got to film their, like, from scratch, their own fight scenes. So, additionally, despite the show's financial success, members of the original cast did not receive royalty payments for reruns of the show, which they would be fucking...
They'd be so rich!
Yeah, they would be. So they don't receive it, which is kind of fucked up.
Even like now?
I don't know.
I don't
It
know if
doesn't
they
say anything
fucking
about
air 'em.
that, but I mean they might. I don't know. I'd fucking watch them.
Dude.
No, I wouldn't. Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
After watching
if you had kids, you'd let them
after
watch it.
watching 2 reruns of what I watched, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
What is going on in the show?
Yeah, it was. I mean, just again, the music was.
Hey,
the
at least it's not Yo Gabba Gabba.
Well, I was laughing so hard at the music. I was like, how did I not like? As I was eating my fucking whatever snack I was eating, I was like,
bowl of cheese tortillas.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So according to Johnson, St. John, Jones, and Trang, they had wanted the show to become like unionized, leading them to be replaced, but that led them to be replaced by Steve. I don't know how to say his last name.
Buscemi?
Yep, that's him. Cardenas, Johnny Bosch, and Karen Ashley. And so that's how they kind of got pushed out. A funny side note. In Malaysia, the show actually was kind of banned for a little bit because the Mighty Morphin was censored and removed from the logo due to the word morphin was too similar to the name drug morphine. But can you imagine Mighty drug morphing Power Rangers? I'd be like, yes, sign me up, please.
Can we watch that as adults?
Amazing. Thank you.
Mighty Morphine Power Rangers.
Like, they move really super slow, but they get the job done.
And they're fucking happy as fuck. And they don't give a fuck.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. They just pretend everything's great.
The original series lasted for three seasons, and a movie was made in '95, obviously. And that movie alone generated $66 million in the box office, which was awesome.
Well, hopefully that guy wasn't homeless after that.
I know. No, but he wasn't in that because remember in that
he had to leave.
But in that movie, I mean, those Rangers weren't. I mean, it was Kimberly that was in it and Billy, the Blue Ranger, that was in it. But the other Rangers. They were all different Rangers. The Rocky, and it was Adam. God, I'm a fucking loser. And then I think it was Asia. I think her name was Asia, and she was black, and she was the Yellow Ranger now.
Oh.
Anyway, so
what?
So there were some allegations of homophobia. So David Yoist, which was the Blue Ranger, he was the last of the Power Rangers to leave the series. During, like, in parentheses, during Power Rangers Zeo, if anybody gives a flying fuck, citing homophobic attitudes from production staff, prompting him to unsuccessfully undergo conversion therapy in an effort to change his sexuality. In a 2010 interview with a fan blog, No Pink Spandex, Yost stated that he walked off set one day because he was called a faggot one too many times. So he also stated that the producers would often ask other cast members what they thought about his homosexuality, and this made him uncomfortable as well. So shortly after this interview, producer Scott Patchter stated that Yost left over a pay dispute and that the allegations of homophobia were false. So he added that Yost did not get along with the other crew. That's why that the producer said that he left, but so who knows. Anyway, so
I'm sure that's not true.
Yeah. So wrapping up the deaths of some of the Power Rangers. I know, it's super sad. There have been, like, over the course, like, I think the actress that played Rita, like, died of prostate cancer. There's been a couple of, like, even Zordon, the guy who originally played Zordon, he died of I think he had like a heart aneurysm, like just some pretty shitty stuff. But so
Weird.
the only original cast member that has died is Tu Trang.
The Yellow Ranger?
I really hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. But yeah, the Yellow Ranger. So she died in a car crash in September of 2001, like a few days before September 11th. So that's probably why you didn't probably hear about it. Or the fact that it was
probably why.
One, I tried to hope because I'm like, oh, the poor thing. So she died in a car crash. But not in the original cast. But these were kind of the most notable ones that have died or have committed crimes. So Ricardo Jr. was convicted of stabbing his roommate to death with a sword. And he was the Red Ranger.
I wonder where he learned that.
Yeah, he got his big break playing the Red Lion, a.k.a. Cole Evans, on the 2002 Power Rangers Wild Force. And he returned in 2011 to play Decker on Power Rangers Samurai. So a few years later, he was accused of murdering his roommate. So, stabbing because like his fucking roommate brought his girlfriend over and he was like, I've had it. So then he just stabbed him with the fucking sword.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
that's the way to solve that.
Yeah. So he's kind of fucked up. So he was the Red Ranger at some point, and he got accused of that.
He had lots of training.
Yeah. So according to the story,
he literally killed someone with a sword.
Yeah. The Star was later arrested, charged with murder, and sentenced to 6 years in prison.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But just 6 fucking years. Because it was self-defense. So he could probably be out soon. I don't know when. I didn't do that kind of research, and there was one other story which I didn't write it down, but I've actually seen it a couple of times in like fucking American Justice, and I think Cold Case Files, and what's the other one that we watch a lot? Forensic Files.
Forensic Files.
He was an extra on Power Rangers, and he actually he went to this guy that was selling a yacht, him and his wife, and they were just trying to be closer to the kids or whatever. This is like a total like fucking Cliff Notes version of this. They were trying to sell this yacht to be closer to the kids or whatever. This extra that on the Power Rangers went, and him and his wife, I think his pregnant wife at the time, maybe the wife had already had the baby, and he was like, can we take the fucking boat out or whatever? So they go out to sea, and they fucking incapacitate like the wife and the husband that are selling the boat, and they tie them to a fucking anchor, and they throw them fucking overboard, and they so the two of them drowned together by an anchor. Their bodies have never been found. They pretty much figure out that it was this guy because he then has like the guy's checkbook and everything and his fucking yacht. So anyway, so that was another thing that's connected with the Power Rangers, that it was an extra that was on the Power Rangers, and he
Jesus Christ, Power Rangers, what are you feeding them on set?
So yeah, so that was my little story. Like, again, that was not a whole lot, but we made that a whole lot. We made that into a 50 fucking minute segment. I don't know how we did that, but
we did it. We're good at that.
Oh my god, I have to edit the shit out of this. Okay.
Oh, Power Rangers.
Whoops.
I am so glad that you talked about Power Rangers because I loved them.
It was a super Cliff Notes version, but it was enough. So
it was more than I knew about them.
Yeah.
And I did always speculate. Well, I mean, I already knew that it was like it had to have been a Japanese show before.
Yeah, but heavily dubbed. Yes.
That's crazy. They didn't they literally only filmed like them out without the mask and everything else
and
was
actually,
like from
kind
the
of
other
another
show.
Fun side note, so because they only filmed them a handful of times, like when they were doing like fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever the Zord was, they would
go Saber-tooth.
Right, so they would lose the prop. So they would have to like run to this toy store and go get that's how like fucking legit our toys were. Like they were so like fucking real that that's fucking like the studio would use it in a pinch
show?
Yeah, the studio would fucking use it, like the fucking Hasbro bullshit from Toys R Us, which that's a sad note. The Hasbro bullshit from Toys R Us as like a fucking stand-in because they don't have a prop department or whatever reason. So anyway, that was kind of a cool note too.
And then their actors were homeless. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was sad.
Well, shit, Shay.
Dude, that was a long one.
We did it.
Yeah, finally.
And I think now it's time to roll.
I think it's time
for
to
the
roll.
next. Wait, are we rolling this week? Do we have a? Oh wait, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're rolling this week.
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
We have a special 10th episode,
Yeah,
but
we
we'll
do.
tell you about the 10th episode when
Yeah.
it's the 10th
Yeah,
episode.
we will.
So yes, we roll.
We roll.
Do you wanna roll?
Do you want to go first, or do
You go.
first?
I always go first.
Yeah, you do.
go first. Or wait, no, I always
wait.
go second.
It's fine. I always go first. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got science this week.
Science! Hopefully you're
know.
not talking about the climate change. You're not gonna yell at us.
I'm gonna be like, so dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I always get stuck on like,
I know.
but that's because like every week there's something new in science about how we're fucking up the world.
I know. All right.
Anyway,
go ahead.
3.
Cooking.
Cooking.
That's nice.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, Shay, it's been real.
It's been real.
It's been a real interesting one today.
It was. We spilled some stuff on here, but it's fine.
And we're hoping that it works.
I know. It seems to be okay right now, so it's all good. All right.
All right. Well, we love you guys. Go follow us on Instagram.
Wow, you remember?
THURDYISH 30ish. I think I spelled that right. I don't really know, but I guess I'll find out. 30ish. And be our friends and follow us and tell your friends about us if you want.
You should, though, please.
Yeah.
If you like it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you like about it. Okay, we love you.
Okay, bye,
See you
guys.
next time.